I genuinely think my 35F husband, 36M, is a psychopath. Hi everyone, please I need help. I'm 35F and my husband is 36M. We've been married for 10 years and have 2 boys, 7 and 5. I honestly don't know what to think anymore. About 3 months ago, my husband started sending me really nasty messages while he was at work. At first it was just mean comments. Stuff like telling me I'm lazy, that I'm a terrible mother, that he regrets marrying me. It was completely out of nowhere. The weird part is that when he would come home from work, he'd act completely normal. Like nothing happened. He'd kiss me, ask, "What's for dinner?" play with the kids. The first time it happened, I thought maybe he was having a bad day at work. But the messages kept coming. Sometimes he'd send them during the day. Sometimes late at night if he was working overtime. They got worse too. Saying things like I'm useless, that I'm lucky he hasn't left me yet, that no one else would want me. The first few times I confronted him, he acted confused. Like genuinely confused. He would say things like, "What messages?" Or, "You must be misunderstanding something." I literally showed him the texts on my phone, and he just stared at them and said he didn't send them, claiming he lost his phone. Which he did, but he had a new one and was still texting and calling from that number. I know it sounds ridiculous, but he didn't look guilty. He looked confused, almost scared. I thought maybe he was gaslighting me, but it was such a weird way to do it, because he never got angry in person. Finally, about a month ago, I showed him a bunch of the messages at once, and told him I couldn't keep living like this. I told him if he hated me so much he should just say it to my face. He kept insisting he didn't send them, and said maybe someone was messing with us. At that point I was done. I packed clothes, grabbed the kids, and went to stay with my parents who live in the same state. They were amazing and helped so much, and I never felt luckier to have a close family. Since then the messages have continued, same number, same horrible tone. Things like running to mommy's house just proves my point. You're pathetic. You'll come crawling back eventually. I sent him screenshots back to the same number, and still he swore again that he wasn't sending them, he just was saying he said he lost his phone at work and had to get a replacement, but he still had the same number, and when he would show me his phone, I couldn't see the messages. I just thought he was deleting them though. He said someone must have found the phone and was messing with me. Last week though, I let the kids stay with him for a couple weeks since he's still their dad, and they miss him. He's still denying everything. Says he never sent those messages, and that he thinks someone is using his old phone. Meanwhile, the texts haven't stopped. At this point, I don't even know what to believe anymore. Either he's lying to my face, or something really weird is going on. Has anyone ever dealt with something similar? I feel like I'm going insane and don't know what to believe. We genuinely had the most perfect relationship before all this, and I don't know what to do. I'm scared I'm breaking my family apart for no good reason. But some of the texts have been so horrible, I can't even include them on here. This reminds me of that Netflix documentary where the mom was sending texts to bully the daughter, but they didn't know it was her. You should get a new number on a burner phone. Tell him you've given it to everyone, but only give it to him. See what happens. He's full of shit. If this was happening to me, I'd be full of solutions if my marriage is on the ropes cause of it. Getting a new number would be the first thing. I, F18, am jealous of my boyfriend, M18, for the GPT chat. I know it sounds strange, but I can't do it anymore. At first my boyfriend started using chat for normal things, such as workout plans, food advice, etc. At some point, he started sharing his appearance, his measurements, and so on. My boyfriend is gorgeous but insecure. And while I have been telling him for 3 years that he is enough and I like him a lot, he wouldn't change his mind. But suddenly Chat GPT tells him that he's fine, and he believes it. At first he told me that Chat uses facts and doesn't lie, yada yada. Well, at first I didn't think much of it, because I liked seeing him self-confident. But it is going out of control. Now he texts Chat for 6 hours per day, I'm not joking, while we text 20 minutes at biggest. And texts became weird. Chat assures my boyfriend that he is unique, genius, top 0.0001% in the world. But respectfully, he isn't. He failed all his classes, couldn't gather all the documents for the uni, and barely passed the exam. He can't manage his time without being late, can't do his homework, and so on. He is not bad, but he's not unique. And ChatGPT tells him that a brain with unique capacity of 135 IQ doesn't want to do stupid homework. You're a genius. No pal, he's just dumb at this point. What do I tell him? I feel like I can't confront him about his uni, because I don't want to harm him, but it has to stop. You should show him the "I am in a relationship with AI" article. It has an example similar to what he's doing. Maybe it'll help him. Maybe if won't. I hope you can sort out a compromise. Good luck. Surely you just bring it up to him, but don't address it in a way you're attacking his chat GPT. If he has labeled it as an important key to his life, then any criticism towards may come off as hostile. It has a name. It's called AI psychosis. It's very concerning and definitely should look into seeking professional help. Some people cannot handle being glorified by an AI chatbot that will feed into delusions. My boyfriend, 27M, says he doesn't miss me, 22F, when we're apart. Is that normal? My boyfriend and I have been dating for about 5 months. When we're together, he's affectionate and attentive, and our connection feels genuine. But when we're apart, I'll sometimes say, "I miss you." And he recently told me he doesn't really experience missing people like that. He says he enjoys spending time with me and cares about me, but when we're apart, he just goes back to his routine and doesn't feel that sense of longing. He has only said, "I miss you" to me once in writing. When I asked him about it, he said he's felt that way in long-distance relationships before, but since we live in the same city, he doesn't really feel it. What confuses me is that he still texts me and checks on me throughout the day pretty consistently. When I told him, "Sometimes I wish you missed me too," he apologized for hurting my feelings, but said he wants to stay honest about how he experiences things. Is it normal for someone to care about their partner and enjoy time together, but not really miss them when they're apart? It seems like a healthy relationship on his part. We don't always need to write something to demonstrate it. Sometimes just putting it into practice is enough. His actions show you he misses you. Why are you ignoring them and focusing on the specific words? It's a little bit immature if I'm being honest, which is understandable at 22. But he is not 22 anymore and in a different stage of life than you. Does he have ADHD? I, 29F, feel disrespected when my husband, 31M, mocks my DIY projects in front of others. How do I bring it up? Quick background. I'm 29F, he's 31M. We've been together for 7 years and married 4. We live in the suburbs with our toddler in a fairly small house, so I do a lot of DIY and home organization to make the most of the space. Over the past year, I've been tackling things like turning an awkward hallway nook into an entry bench with storage, adding hooks and cubbies, and reorganizing closets. It's not perfect, but it's safe, it works, and I'm proud of it because it actually makes day-to-day life easier for all of us. The issue is he jokes about those projects in front of other people. For example, when friends came over he said, "Welcome to my wife's latest construction zone," and laughed. Another time his parents were visiting he said, "Don't lean on that, it's one of her experiments." He says it like it's playful, but it lands like he's embarrassed by me. In the moment I usually freeze because I don't want to start a fight in front of an audience. Later I tell him it hurt, and he tells me I'm being too sensitive and that he was just kidding. I'm not asking him to love every project, I just don't want him to undercut me in public. How do I bring this up in a way that's specific and actionable? And what boundary or short script can I use the next time he makes a joke in front of people, so I don't just shut down? Later I tell him it hurt, and he tells me I'm being too sensitive and that he was just kidding. You've already told him how it makes you feel, and he keeps doing it. That means he's hurting you on purpose. Does he even like you? I'm going to bet he's not handy and is embarrassed you're better at these things than he is. It sounds like he's embarrassed that he doesn't have the same skills, and that you are doing it with ease.